Hello, and today we are going to talk about The Walking Dead, and more specifically, Negan, how I think his story will end in Season 11, or the final time we see Negan, if there's a Negan spin-off or a Negan movie. Where will the writers leave Negan? That's what we're going to talk about today. I want to do this because I didn't want Negan in the death predictions. I did it too early on, so I thought he was leaving, and here's Negan. He obviously didn't. So I didn't even give him a death prediction, so we're going to also do a bit of that. Okay, so let's jump right into this. So let's talk about Season 11, and I think that Negan could have two endings in this, and I think one of them is he will die, but it's obviously going to be a sacrifice for Judith, for either Lydia, Judith, or the entire group as a whole, because he's now a good guy, and he wants to prove that he's a good guy. He wants to prove himself. I think he's going to sacrifice himself. Maybe, okay? I feel like his story, if he was going to die at the end of his story, it would be a sacrifice. Not anything else. Like, I don't see Negan taking any of the big comic deaths, because a lot of people are saying, oh, Negan's going to take Rick's death. But then, if you look at Rick's death, how is Negan going to take Rick's death? Because Negan isn't in any position of power, and Rick died because he overruled the, government of the Commonwealth, and a spoiled child killed Rick because his mum was overruled or killed or something like that. Negan is not going to be able to do that, okay? And if they gave it to Herschel to kill him, okay, so now you made another character in The Walking Dead useless because the one thing they do, which is kill the main character, he won't do it anymore. So I don't think he's going to take anyone's death. If he dies, it's a sacrifice and it'll be a big moment. Now, let's talk about the other way I think Negan's story will end. And I think maybe this is the more likely way to end Negan's story, because Negan is such an important and well-liked character. I don't think they would give him a sad ending, or, well, a sacrifice is a happy ending, but an ending where he dies. I feel like if the writers, they don't want to kill Negan off, which I feel like they won't, they're going to give Negan a very happy ending where the group, Alexandria's people, or he finds a group that finally accepts him and they think that he's a good guy now. I feel like that is where his story is going to end, where he's finally found a home. He finally has people that love him and care about him again. I feel like that's how his story is going to end most likely. And in a way, Negan's story is like kind of the opposite of Carol's, where I feel like Carol, the story, she starts being a liked person in the community and then eventually becomes an outcast and everyone doesn't like her. So we've had that currently, like a lot of people hate Carol in the communities now. But Negan's kind of the opposite. He starts off as this outcast, everyone hates him, he's a murderer. But as it's getting closer, I feel like his story is going to end with everyone accepts Negan is a part of this community and stuff like that. But just remember, this is what I think will happen to Negan and how I think his story will end. One of these two, I think that him having a happy ending is more likely than him sacrificing himself. So most of my money, as you would say, is on him being accepted into the community. This is what I think, though. Please know what you think will happen to Negan and how his story will end. I would love to know, and talk to you tomorrow.